Hello there. We spend so much of our time pressing play on videos, but have you ever stopped to think about the incredible journey that single click sets in motion? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and take a little peek into the hidden world behind that play button. We're going to see how streaming video really works.
It feels like magic, right? Almost instant. But in that tiny pause, a beautiful, complex system kicks into gear all across the world just to bring that video to you. So let's unpack that magic together, shall we?
Okay, so first things first. Before any video can start playing, a conversation has to happen. It's really the foundation of, well, everything on the internet. And it's happening billions of times a second, all around us.
Think about it like this. Your phone or your laptop, that's the client. It's asking for something. And somewhere else, maybe thousands of miles away, there's a really powerful computer called a server that has what you want. The internet, that's just the line they use to talk to each other.
And this visual here, it really shows us what that conversation looks like. It's a simple back and forth. Your device, the client, sends out a request for the video. The server gets that request, finds the file, and sends a response back. I mean, this basic little dance is how the whole web was built to work from day one.
So let's walk through it one more time. Your browser asks for the video. That request zips across the internet. The server grabs the file and starts sending it back. Now, this worked perfectly for things like text and small pictures. But a whole movie? That's thousands of times bigger. How on earth does that get to you so fast?
And that question leads us right to the first really clever idea that makes all of this possible. It's a concept that totally changed the game for how we use the internet.
I mean, this is the big question, isn't it? If you had to wait for a, say, 5-gigabyte movie to download, well, nobody would do it. It would completely break that on-demand feeling we love. So there has to be a better way.
And that better way is called streaming. Instead of waiting for the whole bucket to fill up, you just turn on the tap and start drinking. Your player begins showing you the first few seconds of the video while the rest of it is still on its way. It's brilliant, and it means you get to start watching almost right away.
But to keep that stream from sputtering, your device does something else that's pretty smart. It's called a buffer. You can think of it like pouring a little bit of water into a glass before you start drinking. Your player downloads a few seconds of video ahead of time into this little reserve. That way, if your internet stutters for a second, your player just uses the video from its reserve, and you don't notice a thing. The show goes on.
Okay, but what happens when your connection isn't just stuttering? What if the speed actually changes? You're on your phone, you walk from the living room with great Wi-Fi to the kitchen where it's a little spotty. The system needs to be able to handle that drop without freezing up.
And this is where it gets really ingenious. It's called adaptive streaming. See, the video on the server isn't just one giant file. It's actually been sliced up into little chunks. And each chunk exists in different quality levels, like high def, standard def, and so on. Your video player is constantly measuring your internet speed. If your connection is great, it asks for the beautiful, high-quality chunks. If your connection slows down, it just seamlessly switches to asking for the lower quality ones. The picture might get a little softer, but the key is it doesn't stop, it just adapts. All right, we've figured out how the video plays smoothly once it gets to us. But there's another giant hurdle we haven't talked about yet. Pure physical distance. How do we get the video across the entire planet without a massive delay? Seriously, think about that. How does a video get from a server in California to your screen in Japan in just a few seconds? Data can't travel faster than light, and the internet has its own kinds of traffic jams. It should be slow. It should be unreliable. So why isn't it? Well, the answer is something called a content distribution network, or a CDN. It's a simple idea with a massive impact. Instead of having just one server in California, a company like YouTube or Netflix places copies of their popular videos on thousands of servers all over the globe. This metaphor is just perfect. A CDN is basically a private, super-fast highway system for videos. So when you press play in Japan, your request doesn't have to make the long trip to California. Nope, it gets routed to a local server, maybe just a few miles away in Tokyo, that already has a copy waiting for you. And this changes everything. First, it crushes lag because the data just doesn't have to travel as far. It also saves a mind-boggling amount of bandwidth for the internet as a whole, and it makes the system incredibly reliable. If one server goes down, no big deal. Your request just gets rerouted to the next closest one. So when we start to put all these pieces together, we realize that the magic we felt at the beginning, it's not really magic at all. It's something much, much more impressive. It's just quiet, brilliant engineering. It's not one single trick. It's this beautiful symphony of ideas working together in harmony. You've got streaming so you can watch right away, buffering to smooth out the bumps,
adapting to adjust to your connection, and this incredible global distribution network, bringing the content right to your neighborhood. All of it, working together silently behind the scenes.
And this quote, this really gets to the heart of why all this incredible technology exists in the first place. It all serves this one simple, very human desire to get what we want right when we want it with as little fuss as possible. So maybe the next time you settle in to watch something, in that little moment before the video starts, you can take a second and just appreciate this invisible, elegant, and truly global system, all working in concert, just for you. Thanks for coming along on this little journey with me.